I don't know how to refer to him or her.
Big Brother suggests you refer to Danny as she when in drag and he or they when not.
Well, Big Brother, if you suggest it, I'm not following you because you're not my dad. I say what I want because I'm a grown-ass man. You're a man dressed as a woman, knowing that it's not your, life choice to be that woman for the rest of your life. I'm gonna call you by your name.
Not. It gets confusing. Okay, she.
Damn right, it's confusing. Look at that. I'm supposed to call him a she.
It's to change everybody to your way of thinking. There are other people.
Hang on to what? He's not bloody, hanging off a ceiling or bloody a cliff.
What?
Hang on. Are you slipping into Islamophobia?
Where you get Islamophobia from, you damn woman? Trisha, shut up. Everything Islamophobia. You could be talking about Kellogg's Rice Krispies and then you get into Islamophobia all of a sudden. Trisha, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? You yappity yap mouth. No wonder you're off the screen.
Yeah. Because you can have.
Who have mentioned Islam?
Yeah, who mentioned Islam? Bring on the race card.
Attack in so many ways. We see people who are peacefully protesting outside.
Well, at least this guy Rupert Lowe, I like him because he just says what he thinks. You know, I mean, he said stuff in Parliament that, till this day, I've only heard one other person say it, and everybody said, I don't know. Should we call him a racist?
Abortion clinics found guilty, having to pay £20,000.
Yes.
We see mothers like Lucy Connolly, who tweeted something that the
Don't forget, tweeting is a very dangerous crime
establishment
from the
considered inappropriate,
2024
in jail for
Act
2.5 years.
of
But
free
even
speech.
our entertainment is now becoming.
I understand, but what I don't understand is people who have been arrested and then they excuse chicken nuggets for my kids. Well, first of all, telling that the nuggets were probably cooked in the same fryer that they would with burgers and that, or I don't know, before, back in the day, people wouldn't eat fries if they were cooked in the same oil as those burgers, but nowadays, never mind chicken nuggets.
This used to be a great show. This used to be a.
I don't know, when it used to be a great show, yeah, probably when it was on Channel 4, but now it's just celebrity BS.
Really fun show. Not anymore. Look at what happened when Mickey Rourke, the Hollywood actor.
Mickey Rourke, what are you doing? And they must have offered you something. And you probably say, I bet you said, I'm not going to be there that long, Iron Man whooped my ass, that's why I'm here, because from the second Iron Man, when he whooped my ass so bad, I had to go to food banks and then realize, oh, Big Brother, okay, Iron Man was my big brother, not anymore, so now I'll have to go to this so-called celebrity Big Brother.
Went into the house and was told that he had to refer to a drag queen, which is a bloke who dresses up in women's clothes in a particular way.
Yeah, damn right. You know what I mean? It's a drag queen, it's a bloke that's paid to dress as a woman. What, doesn't get paid? Not because it's his own choice. However, drag queen
head
works.
spinning stuff. We'll get analysis from Rupert Lowe in just one moment.
It's an entertainment. But when you start going crazy into it,
The guy or girl, whatever.
why are you wearing that stupid ass black and grey makeup on your face? Like, I don't know how many women are out there with grey makeup and red lipstick like that. I mean, I've seen drag queens that don't wear that stuff. I don't know what this drag queen's up to.
Very nice. I don't know how to refer to him or her.
Just call them by the name,
Refer to Danny
and stupid
as
or
she
whatever
when
you call
in
him.
drag and he or they when not.
It gets confusing. Okay, she.
Danny, written on there. Just call him Danny, or her Danny, or whatever Danny the tranny.
Rupert Lowe, this is dystopian, isn't it? I mean, Mickey Rourke, by the way, has now been booted out of the house. The guy is a Golden Globe winner.
I wonder how much he got paid for that. I'm going to Big Brother.
He's in that house with a whole load of Z listeners, but he has been booted out. And quite right, he's saying, well, this...
Well, now you took the A-lister out of Big Brother. Watch the ratings go -1.
guy...
The only people watching Big Brother would be the contestants inside Big Brother.
And yet...
Oh, and the camera people who have to watch and
can you
Big,
get your head
the
around
Big
any
Brother
of this?
voice.
Well, Dan, no. I was saying to my assistant, who's here in Parliament.
Wait, you got dementia while you talking?
I recall Mickey Rourke in a film you might remember called 9.5 Weeks with Kim.
Yeah, and yeah, 9.5 weeks. He ain't lasted 9.5 minutes in this.
He looked young and fit then. I'm not sure he looks so young and fit looking at him in the.
You can blame Tony Stark why he doesn't look young and fit.
I have to confess I don't.
Whoop his ass.
But,
he's a Russian. Oh, he's not from Ukraine though.
Look, we should be able to say things to each other, even if they're slightly offensive. The equality
for over 40, 50, 60, whatever years, you know, Asians never had a problem with all this stuff. Now, why is it all of a sudden big? Oh, I get it. Because they're coming over the sea, you know, the border and everything like that. And Labour got to make their money. Someone's got to make their someone's making their money. You know what I'm going to do?
Pretty well.
I have no idea. I'm going to go to a hotel maybe one of these days. I'm going to go there. I'm going to say to them, listen, I identify as an illegal immigrant. I'm hungry. I want a steak and eggs and whatever you can give me, right? If they ask me for my ID, I say, well, no, I don't have any ID because I'm an illegal immigrant. So why would I have ID? You know, so I can't prove to you who I am. So, you know, all you got to do is just say, yeah, okay, fine, come in. If that's how it works, who knows? We'll see how it works. Unless I got to go to the border.
Woke rubbish is just creating division.
Go to the border, you know, take off my regular clothes. Mind you, they wear regular clothes, so I don't have to do that either.
Creates a fear of telling the truth. And it creates a society a bit like communism. Communism, ultimately, when the wall fell,
you only fear to tell the truth if you're white. That's what they're trying to do.
97% of people who lied, because you had to lie under communism in order to survive. You couldn't have.
Oh, Vitaly would be should be lucky he's not in the UK, you know, with these dangerous tweeters that are around.
And you ended up with,
you know, funny you used to call certain people tweakers. Now you call them tweeters.
And in our
the whole prison, you know, we need to get rid of a lot of dangerous criminals to make room for bigger dangerous criminals, so-called tweeters.
Lawyers, by woke administrators, by regulators. I mean, embedding Stonewall philosophy in the regulation of our financial markets, Dan. It's no wonder London has basically become an almost irrelevant financial centre when you compare it with where we were in 2000.
Well, you can blame
Blair and Cameron for a lot of that. Cameron was guilty of Blair, by the way.
Okay, Blair and Mosley.
You know, a lot of this selective.
Oh, where are they now? Oh, Blair and Cameron and all these people that just messed up the country. I don't see them. Oh, now I see Cameron.
What colour?
Well, you're not speaking now, are you, mate?
Oh, if they're doing a job,
tightly see your lips. And you, with your bloody eyes, looking like you got nothing behind those eyes.
You end up with airlines.
Those eyes, you know, dark, black eyes. I'm trying to do that, so that Jaws. Robert Shaw's
you know,
speech.
I think the same boards now have to be made up of certain quotas of whether it's women, whether it's, you know, all sorts.
You know, that's the thing. We don't have anybody with the integrity of balls like Trump in this country to say, no, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's it, done. And you can't suspend children under 4 years old because they say the words, Mama, Papa, Dada.
Countries taken, and I think.
And the
why is that guy wearing a wig?
The problem is, Rupert, there are some real bad actors too who I think look to exploit this division when it's not there. So
everybody exploits something when there's something happens. The worst is the people who don't even know what they're exploiting. They just do it just to be part of the crowd.
Don't necessarily agree with him on a lot politically. I'd argue he's on the woker side of the Conservative Party, but certainly a nice guy. Used to come on my GB News show a lot. Then you have Trisha Goddard. Now, she's a very accomplished TV presenter. I also know her really well, right?
Okay,
and
accomplished,
very well with
whatever.
Her. But lately,
I haven't seen her for years.
Michael, there's almost become... sorry, Rupert. There's almost become this...
That's why I have actually... She's the reason why I stopped watching TV.
Race grievance industry. And I want to show you this moment from within the Big Brother house where Michael Fabricant is simply talking about the terrible treatment of Jewish and Christian people in the UK, which I'm sure we can agree on. And Trisha Goddard, out of nowhere, accuses the guy of Islamophobia. Watch this.
Because that's their go-to word, isn't it? If you don't like something, Islamophobia, you know, the rubbish Islamophobia, you know, on the streets, you know, the cornflakes, I wanted Rice Krispies, Islamophobia, you know.
And I'm of Jewish extraction, so I'm a real...
Oh, Jojo, see what?
And the point I'm making
See what?
is
Jojo, see what?
people when they
What is she doing on there? I thought she's like
believe
a pop star or whatever she is, a dancer, pop star, whatever. Either way, she. Sure, she's got enough money. This guy's got a beard. Oh, is that why he's got puts on grey makeup? He's not very chatty here, isn't he?
there are other people.
Hang on.
Hang on. Are you slipping into Islamophobia?
How did you get into slipping into Islamophobia?
I'm just.
Yeah, I'm getting out of this. I'm not getting into this conversation. Who was that? This got up there. He goes, this woman
says that's not.
doodle alley, you know what I mean? Oh, hang on. I gotta go to default mode. Islamophobia. Smash the gang.
But old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixers on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. He says they actually hardly make
Islamophobia, wrinkle fixing.
Why? Well, so that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that someday you may even be mad after seeing how
Anti-aging, whatever.
yourself technique, the age rewinder method, because it
Oh.
under 2 minutes.
Just give it to
And
Trisha.
that's exactly. Now, you won't be surprised to learn the video's gone totally viral, started being shared on Facebook, since then well over 2 million views, and the comments and feedback are outstanding. Thousands of women actually report they look decades younger. One comment.
I thought he was on about.
"Best result of
He's on about.
views."
He's still on about this anti-wrinkle thing. I thought he was on
So
about
you
Trisha
can
and
find out more
Islamophobia
about
thing.
this
2 million
right
views.
now. You just need to go to BH. Let
Yeah.
me repeat the address.
I'm not
if
repeating
watching
that.
this video helps you
It's
look
not working for me. It's not
to help
working
as
for me.
many women reclaim a youthful look as possible.
If I'm not a woman,
right now,
so
or just
unless I
click on the
identify
link
one,
in the
then I can I
description
get that wrinkle
below.
thing.
But now, back to the show. So people are so terrified, they're literally removing themselves from the conveation room because they can see, oh, holy crap, this Trish is about...
I ain't going down this road, thank you very
Now,
much.
he hadn't mentioned Islam.
Race baker
Would
should have a
there be
race.
anything
No,
wrong with
the
saying
race
that actually
baiting
if Muslim people
Olympics.
come
You
to
know,
this country, they shouldn't
fastest one to
be
get
able to change our laws, they shouldn't be able to
Islamophobia.
introduce Sharia law? I mean, to me, that's a perfectly reasonable comment to make.
Well, Dan, I didn't hear any evidence of Islamophobia, but it's a very common sort of line to throw.
Yeah, it's the default mode, isn't it?
Look, I'm regularly on.
I don't know what she's talking about. You know, I mean, she's like, oh, done, my people. Which people? You're rich
under
people.
Our laws, under our rules, and effectively to integrate with our culture. And if they don't want to do that,
They've been, everybody's been here for decades now. All of a sudden, everybody's like,
problems
oh, we must integrate.
come
Didn't they
back,
integrate all
and
these
they
years ago? As if
actually
they didn't, then
don't
that's
either like or
someone's
respect
fault
our
for just
culture. They
realizing
have
after
views on
60, what,
women
2000,
and
I don't know, whenever they
on
came,
other
you
sorts
know.
of cultural matters.
And then all of a sudden
And
now
as a result,
everyone's
they
talking about
end
it,
up living
integrating
in
this and that.
almost
It's only because I think, you know, they realized that
extremely
how much
bad
stuff they were getting
fabric
away
of
with it,
society.
with, and
So
how
I say to
daft
them, people,
these
you
police
don't
are, you know,
want to come
basically.
here
They
and
just,
live by
what
our
are they doing
laws,
nowadays?
don't come in the first place.
You know, could you
And
hide your
it's a
weapons,
fact
please?
that I travel
And
very widely.
the ones
Most
who
countries
are sending
and
tweets,
cultures, I mean,
you are
if
now
go
under
to
arrest
Japan,
for,
or
you know,
go to
telling
China, or you
the
go
criminals
to,
who had their weapons
almost
drawn
any South American country, or you go
to
to
put their
the
weapons
Gulf,
away.
you go there and you accept their rules and their religious customs, or you
Don't
or
forget,
you
you
are
know,
arrested, or you,
we're
or
run
you're
by
punished.
idiots.
So I at the end of the day think we've lost our way in basically standing up for what we believe in, and I do very much like living in a Western democracy. I like a Christian culture. And
Every country
I'm not against
does have their own
immigration, but the
culture,
prerequisite
you know.
for me is that people must
They
contribute.
do not
to
mind
integrate.
having
If they're
other
not
people
going to do
having their
that,
own
then
cultures, depending,
stay where
as long
they
as they're
are,
not like,
frankly.
you know,
I think
indoctrinating other
this
people.
sort of institutional bias towards Islam
So I keep looking at his
is a
thinking
function
her, it's like, why they put her in the middle? I'm just trying to imagine his wig on her head.
which has to
Quite
be
a
dealt
similar
with. And
kind of,
I talk regularly to Douglas Murray. I
colour
think
there.
he is very sound on this issue, and he is very clear about saying similar things to those which I'm saying. And he's just published a new book, I think, which I'm very keen to read. So
Yes, he has. I just saw Donald Trump. Donald Trump
is that why he's on
endorsed
there?
it, which is pretty much like the
in the
biggest
book.
endorsement you want for a new book. But the
What's
problem that
Mickey
we've
Rourke
got
doing? Is he doing a
that
movie, or
now
is he doing a
our
book, or is he
police
just like
are so
volunteering at a food
deranged.
bank?
They are policing free speech to an extraordinary manner, including this really shocking example, which has gone viral.
How many
over
millions
the
of people in this
weekend,
country want they're going to arrest everybody
suggesting that it
for
could
free
be
speech,
a hate
and they want to make room in the prisons?
simply
Make
telling
it
some of
make
them
sense.
They should probably be speaking English. Watch this.
Yes. Oh, do you speak English? Oh, I remember. Yes, this one.
So I don't know you said it, but you've alleged to say speak English.
Speak English is a hate crime. Man, if you was in the hospital and your wife was gonna get have a heart transplant, like I mentioned before, right? And all of a sudden the doctor said, right? Would you say, can you speak English? Oh, no. You know, are you here for the transplant? Do I have to pretend you're deaf and do, well, even that, you know, how can I do hand signals if you can't understand English hand signals?
Rupert, what hope do we have?
For the deaf, you know, excuse me,
Well,
are you going
when
to
you find
here
out
for
that
head?
actually
Who knows what you're going to transplant? It's supposed to be my heart. I don't know what a foot in there.
clinic and praying.
Convicted. Yeah, convicted.
And convicted.
She just held the sign up saying, here to talk if you
What
need.
on earth is going on? I don't blame the police on the street, and equally the people who...
I blame the police, because the police can just decide to just do that or not do that. Like if you see someone committing a crime and you see someone sitting down, why are you going to the guy sitting down for and say, did you say to somebody,
I'm not sure
you know,
they
the guy
needed
that
to
was
turn
committing the
up
crime, did you say to that person
But
that,
I didn't blame
can you
the
speak
police.
English before
I
they
blame
steal?
the people who lead the police.
And they says,
And I blame the
I know,
control
just speak the English
which is the home
with the
office.
accent, with the accent.
And yeah, a lot of the rubbish emanates from.
I'm still learning my
the
English,
select
thank you very
police
much.
force. You have to jump through all these sort of woke hoops.
How do they even know that they said that? Do you speak English? Did they tell the copper? This person says to me, do I speak English? That is a racist.
To deliver this.
Did the copper need a translator to find out what that person said to the other? No, that can just go all
Harriet
down the
Harman,
rabbit
the
hole.
Equality Act.
Is inequality in this
You know,
UK
there is
country.
obviously some came from the Race Relations Act and other things, but I think this is what I want to repeal, and I want to effectively restore Britain
How
to the
dare
way
you? How
it used to
dare you
be.
offer a
And
conversation?
I'm encouraged.
You didn't
by-
even say what it's about
by a
either.
lot of
How
our
dare
supporters, my
you?
supporters, particularly now,
There's
are
a
Gen
dangerous,
Z who
dangerous
I
road you're
think
going down
agree,
offering
with
conversations.
the fact that they want.
You know, that's
to be given a chance
you're lucky we abolish the death penalty in the UK, you know, because
Best place on earth to live
you
and-
know, dangerous
and
tweets
to
and
enjoy life.
offering conversations, they
Now,
are like
when you see a clip like
top
that,
tier
think to
crimes.
yourself,
You know,
how
they are
could
they
all
are
have been
above
so accurate, or Aldous Huxley, or
all the dangerous crimes that we have.
writers.
You know, you can
who,
look at Labour and their crew and the people and the
kind of
pedophiles
society
that
now,
are enlisted in their crew. What's going on with
is
them?
unraveling
Nobody
in front
knows
of our
because
eyes
obviously,
now. I mean, it's-
you know, we all know that
it's
Labour is
incredibly
good for the
worrying,
country.
and
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's not up to just a few people like me to stand up. I think it's time for everybody to stand
Oh,
up.
yes. Oh,
And
yes.
the only
Don't worry,
way
Rupert, I won't
change
ignore you.
that
I know you
is
don't have
through the
dementia.
ballot box. So we have to now, that's what's so disappointing about this reform nonsense,
It is.
we've got to find the platform that's going to deliver the agent and the catalyst for change. And that's now at the top of my agenda once I've navigated my way through woke Britain. And having
That's gonna be you're gonna need more than a sat nav to navigate through woke Britain.
albeit in a voluntary interview, which
You know, imagine trying to say, okay, you know, you put a postcode in. Instead of putting postcode, you've been putting stuff like non-transgender and
almost every day. But I
or
think
Christian
state
roads
has,
areas,
I
basically.
understand, 6 months from the time of the offence to actually
And
reach a
the
decision. as to whether
tweeters
they
and the non-tweeters.
or not. So, as you and I have agreed rudely, it's the process which is almost as much of a
You
punishment.
probably get instead of
Of course,
CBB or
I'm
Bobby,
holding
you
it
know,
to say that there
a
is much
couple,
to do, but Rupert Lowe, thank you so much for being here today. Huge amount of positive feedback from the outspoken
you know, all the
audience. Anglo
answers.
Hero
They
62
can lift down
says
this road and
Rupert,
straight
you
into the
would
police
and
station.
hopefully will make a fine, honourable Prime Minister. DJ61 says, this man has integrity. He means what he says. I truly believe
Yeah, that's the problem. One guy just can't be prime minister without having a party. So
normality in our country. And Kath Lissenden says, I don't think Farage had a clue what a can of worms he was opening, which I think is a very good point. So Rupert Lowe, thank you so much. And obviously we will keep in touch.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please,
I watch Big Brother, and Mickey, you're lucky for leaving that Big Brother house.
And turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.
If you've got any other ideas for me to
now, in a GB News exclusive, a